This is Marquivas Furious Nias, and you're listening to Deeper Than Music Radio.
Deeper than music. The core of you, the fans, the truth is deeper than music. Deeper than music. Simply the truth is the latest, the newest. Deeper than music. Deeper than music. The core of you, the fans, the truth is deeper than music. Deeper than music. Simply the truth is the latest, the newest. Deeper than music. Deeper than music.
What up, what up, what up? This is your man, Marquivas Furious Nias. Deeper Than Music Radio. Behind every great song, there's an even greater story. I like to say what's up to everybody listening to us on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, Castbox FM, wherever you are in the world. So Deeper Than Music Radio, our line is behind every great song, there's an even greater story. And we interview legends, we interview greats, we interview actors, songwriters, singers. I like to say last weekend, actually it was last weekend. Well, anyways, I was at the Oscars. I was at Sue Wong's Oscar Gala, and I got to meet this person. We were set up on the red carpet filming for Deeper Than Music with Marquivas, our Amazon series coming out. And this man was just really laid back, and I knew he looked familiar. Really laid back cat, and we got to talking, and then we got to interview him. He's been on The Voice season 5, part of Adam Levine's team. He's also a singer-songwriter. And one thing that I thought was really cool was he played piano on Michael Jackson's posthumous album, Michael. Ladies and gentlemen, we have singer-songwriter here, Will Champlin, here on Deeper Than Music Radio. How you doing? Hello, Will, are you there?
Okay, you guys can hear me. Cool.
Yeah. How you doing, man?
Yeah. Good, man. Thank you for having me on.
No problem. And one thing I like to say that stood out, on the red carpet, man, you was so laid back and just chill. And when you got on the stage with Think Experience or Think EXP with Scott Page, man, you killed it, man. I think you played Superstition, singing Superstition. Well, you sang some Stevie Wonder, and I was like, good God.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah. So one of the first questions that I have is, you already come from a musical background. Your dad was part of Chicago?
Correct, yes.
Wow. So how was that growing up?
I mean, influential. I heard a lot. I went on tour with him as a kid. Stood backstage, probably like heard it all. So through, it all got into my ears, and then I later learned what all that was. So, chased it down and, started kind of studying keys and going deep, guitar chords and everything. And just and then getting into producing too. And really, and it all just kind of, that's where it all started. So.
And did you know, in your career, did you know early on, coming from a musical family, that you wanted to be a musician and following your father's footsteps?
No, I didn't want to at certain times. It was off and on, and then I finally wanted to, back in the teen years, moving up to the teen years, and I'm like, all right, I do want to. I changed my mind again, so, and it stayed, so. And
so as a child, did you get to tour? Did you get to see behind the scenes stuff, go on tour with your dad, or you just see him in action, and was that inspiring? And did you learn tools of the trade?
Yeah, at the time it was, it was very inspiring. Times have changed, of course, and we do things differently now, but at least I captured the musicality from my dad for sure. I had to go, I had to be around other people for other things, the engineering and the producing and more, and to kind of get influenced by more modern music and stuff like that, and especially the electronic stuff I work on and produce and everything. But as a foundation, I definitely I definitely got that from him.
Oh, and as far as could you tell us like a memorable moment, like being young and seeing your dad in the band Chicago? Was there anything like that just stood out memory wise?
Yeah. Oh, well, it actually wasn't just Chicago. I saw more of him. I saw another side that was actually even more influential, was with his other band, the Sons of Champlin, when he was reunited with him. I was probably like 8 or 9, and that was probably that was when I was all like, all right, yeah, I saw him in Chicago lots of times, but this was a whole different experience.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so different instrumentation. Still had his horn section, but yeah, it was a different vibe, you know.
Yeah, and
psychedelic type of music, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I was like,
okay,
all right, now we're talking. This is different. And like, so this is a flip of the polarity, you know.
Yeah. And initially, did you start off? Was it more so as a songwriter or a musician side when you initially started off?
I don't consider myself a singer-songwriter at all these days. I mean, I don't personally, because it's like that's you see that, and then you compare it to like, you know, somebody with an acoustic guitar, and like, you know, that's not really my imagery at this point. I mean,
yeah.
So I don't really consider myself that, but I do write. Of course, I do definitely write songs. I mean, I arrange and produce, and like I put it all together into like my own vibe, and you know, everything from like the drum track to the synths to the guitars, whatever it is, it all goes together. Yeah, I consider myself like a architect, you know, of musical architect of what's, you know, what I'm here to, you know, it's only for me.
Oh, okay. And initially,
and then a song comes, man, and that's the gift of it, you know. So
yeah. So do you just like how does it, as far as your creative process, do you create the music, and then from the music, like you say, from an architect, so the foundation is the music, and then you just build from there?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's all about when you're walking around or you're in a zone or whatever, wherever you are in life's time of the day, that it just hits you with some sort of purpose is going to hit you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you know that it's tangible and it's solidified. And then that's when you're like, and I can, you know, combine that with like a technical trick or something like that but it all is, you know, as long as it's purpose driven, it goes somewhere. You know where it's going to go.
Mm-hmm. And as far as like who other artists, who influences you? Who are your influences?
All right, so yeah, as far as like vocalists go, I'll start with those. Jeff Buckley,
mm-hmm.
Freddie Mercury,
okay,
Stevie Wonder, of course, Ray Charles. Donnie's cool. I like him a lot. I'd say for some of today's artists, James Blake and Bon Iver. Those guys are like my jam. Bon Iver produced a couple Kanye West tracks, actually.
Oh, okay.
But alone in his own project, he's like, it's just this weird, like almost folk meets like crazy vocoder, just experimental vibe. But it's dope, man, the way he puts it together. And then also, yeah, just musically, how I like to listen to, I like a lot of like house stuff too. I like a lot of like bass music, festival type of stuff. Rufus the Soul, they're pretty awesome. They're one of my favorites as well. Chet Faker is also great producer, vocalist. Yeah, basically a lot of those guys. Who am I thinking else? yeah, just that's kind of who I can think at the top of my head at the moment. So
it seems like you like
huge licks.
Like a lot of eclectic music, different vibes. It seems like you like a lot of people that mash up different genres as well.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's a lot of people like in the between indie and electronic, experimental, but still got some soul on it too.
Nice. So I actually have one of your songs queued up, Crown Vic. Can you give us the story behind this song?
That's there's no literal story on it, but I think I kind of was like listening to RYX maybe, who's one of those Australian indie artists, and then yeah, that's kind of like it. I think that pictures a scenario of like somebody that's kind of like putting myself in the burner right there, man. Like just well, if you hear the lyrics, hope the law don't chase me down. Let's be clear about that, because it sounds like the character in the song is pretty jacked up and it's not supposed to be driving. So
okay. Oh, on some Crown Vic, huh? On some Crown.
Yeah. That's it means a police car. So.
Oh, okay. All right then.
So maybe it's just like consider it just a warning shot, you know.
All right.
Take Lyft or Uber, man.
Oh, so basically, if you're this way, don't drink and drive, right? Or just...
don't F up, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
Okay, all right, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. We have it with our special guest today, Will Champlin, Crown Vic, here on Deeper Than Music.
What up? This is Matt James, all the way from Canada. How's she going, eh? And you're listening to Furious on Deeper Than Music.
Such a flowering night, got me blooming in temptation with the flashing lights, but it's all hallucination. And time is frozen, and there's only you and me. Human nature spoken.
Sweat on your skin,
chasing me down here on Deeper Than Music Radio. So it describes the paranoia, man, of drinking sauced up, huh?
Oh yeah. Never been my situation. For the record.
Man, you got to give us your catalog, man. So since you've been your music career, so what albums, singles, what do you have out? And then we got to talk about the whole voice experience. How did that come to fruition?
I just auditioned a couple times. I mean, third time I got it and went through the process. There was a lot of sequestering going on, and all that. It's definitely good for the moment and the time. I could tell you this, for now, like looking back on it, and algorithmically what it can do to you, had I known what it does, like with what happens to your Spotify algorithms, you're not related to the people, like your artist related artists. There's no correlation with the type of music you write and put out. Proper people that are influenced that you vibe or sound like, or similarities of.
Yeah.
The only people that you're related to on there are the same people on those shows.
Yeah. So you're saying, because you already had music out prior to The Voice, correct?
Not in high volume, no.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, I'm already, after this album, I'm probably going to be releasing stuff under the name Kill Will. Because there won't be that problem, you know what I'm saying?
So, are you saying that it just put a huge spotlight on your Spotify, or?
Yeah, it puts a huge, not a good kind of spotlight, not at all.
Oh, and how do you mean?
There's no identity. Like you're just the related artists that come up are all people that have been on The Voice. That's it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So it's
see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so you could be just mixing all one genre. They could be totally different than what you do. So you're just grouped in The Voice.
Yeah, that's all they group you.
Oh, okay.
Pretty bad. It's pretty bad precedent on that. Had I known that, I would have been like, a certain way to talk to that label about, the label that puts the stuff out.
Oh, okay. So now
since then I've worked with like great YouTube artists like Kurt Schneider and other people like that, and those songs have had several million streams and views. We did a cover of Believer by Imagine Dragons. I would at least be like, why aren't those related artists like him and a couple other people like that? And I've also done a project through Position Music called Valley of Wolves. It's been on several, we got several film cuts. TV show Power's got a couple of our songs, and I can't even go over the list. It's too long. And some of the songs have 6-7 million streams.
Oh wow!
Right, and those related artists are like Judah and the Lion and other people like that. Kaleo and I don't have it in front of me, but right now, but I'm part of that project. I'm front man of that put together kind of project. So it's can't that be, more? So,
in that aspect, do you feel like The Voice, has it helped your career, or because prior to that, you were on Michael's posthumous. You played keyboard on one of Michael Jackson's posthumous releases, so you were already making moves prior to The Voice.
Yeah, but I needed to get some get some visibility. It seemed right at the time. But yeah, it was a good little ride, that's for sure. I got some good opportunities out of it. Got good gigs out of it and all that kind of stuff. And I still do. But there's things like that that it comes down to.
So
But
basically,
which is all good because I'm gonna be putting stuff out under different names, so that can't happen.
yeah. So basically, I guess the discontent is that you're grouped with the other artists from the Voice or contestants on the Voice, and you have your own identity, not wanting to be just lumped up. And
yeah, I'm literally talking about that in this new song I just started 2 weeks ago. Yeah, pretty.
Wow.
I'm talking about some deep cuts in the next couple stuff, the next things that are coming out that I got that I'm working on right now. I mean, there's way deeper cuts in some of that stuff, which
it's pretty interesting because on the outside looking in, you never think about that, but then you think about shows like that definitely makes sense. It's and especially with you because you got such a unique sound to your music, so I can understand hey, I was part of this machine, but my music's not part of that machine. It has its own identity.
Well, it becomes that part of they look at it, the numbers make you part of that machine. They make everything about you that part of that machine.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with AI.
Oh yeah, artificial intelligence. Yeah,
that's the problem with AI we have in this world today.
I could see that. So the next cut.
The worst thing, but I mean, I'm just saying, it's not the worst thing of AI, but it's one thing.
Yeah, I could see that. So the next track that we have is "Great Divide." Can you give us the rundown on this song?
Cool. You heard that one, right?
The Great Divide.
Great Divide, yeah.
Yeah, we're actually gonna play it right now.
Yeah, Great Divide is just let me see. Great Divide. Yeah, just that's more like socially broad type of song concept. Just to put aside all differences, kind of thing.
Yeah, because when I see the title, I think about where we are right now.
Yeah,
as a country, so I could definitely see that speaking to the times now.
For sure.
Okay, well, all right. You heard it first here. Will Champlin here on Deeper Than Music. Great Divide.
Awesome.
Feel your pain and I'm listening. Let's put aside all the bitterness and find common ground instead of giving in to the fear that's so hard to hide. We're human and we speak our mind, but don't feed that beast till it comes alive. Can't let the dark consume the light. The clash and the crash and the tear gas riot shields. Glass breaking and shaking things up. It's all getting real, all getting real. I hear the bagpipes playing to the beat, and the madness taking to the streets. I feel emotions growing deep and wide. We need a bridge in this great divide, and so the world stops turning, they say, but then gravity finds its way to pull into love and push away the hate and erase the lines and the great and the falling out over things we can't do much about. We turn our words into weapons loud. But there's a song, there's a sweeter sound. I know the times are changing like they do, but a ray of hope still shining through. Just need the truth in the world of doubt. These smoking mirrors are breaking now. I hear the bagpipes playing to the beat, and the madness taking to the streets. I feel emotions growing deep and wide. We need a bridge in this great divide. And so the world stopped turning, they say, but then gravity finds its way to pull in the love and push away the hate and erase the lines in the great divide. We pull ourselves down to earth one day and shine a light in a great divide. In a great divide. There's a rhyme, there's a reason. There's something higher to believe in. You one day forgive and overcome. 'Cause I know there's a greater love and a great desire.
This is Greg of Greg in Good Company, and you are listening to Deeper Than Music Radio.
Great divide, ladies and gentlemen, Will Champlin. Man, I like that song, man. It's got like the socially conscious Marvin Gaye vibe to it.
A little bit.
Yeah. So you brought up something too that I was like, man, I got to ask him about this, because you've been in music. You come from a music family. How do you feel now being an artist? And I'm pretty sure you've seen the shift with technology and technology, and as far as how it affected music and just the industry. How do you feel about technology and being a musician? Like, I'm talking about social media, streaming services, and things like that.
That kind of technology. At first, I thought you were talking about recording technology, because that technology I embrace tenfold.
Yeah.
I'm pretty up to date there's more people that are even deeper and deeper, but I'm like, as far as that goes, as far as outside of that, in the world of technology, it's good and bad. I talked to a friend of mine today, writer, producer, and guitarist, actually like amazing jazz guitarist out in Jersey, and he's like written with everybody between like Alicia Keys, George Benson, and Joe Thomas.
Wow.
I want to know those hits. Like, he was telling me, the hell with CDs. There's some Frisbees now, but what's the one relevant thing that's probably back is vinyls.
Yeah.
Because nobody makes them anymore. Like, nobody's putting their records out on those anymore. We're making it available. Lana Del Rey sold 60,000 of them and made supposedly 24 million.
Wow.
Because they were double vinyls. Like, I think hers went for $75.
And I vinyl, man, I have a theory that vinyl will never die, because you have the DJs, and then just that sound, the analog sound is man, you could break out just the warm and the natural sound, and that's I think I've read that vinyl CD sales are going down, but vinyl sales have gone up. But then
yeah, you probably got to remaster the tracks and roll off the bass a little bit low, just to do a slight low pass frequency kind of thing.
Yeah. And then I also feel that like with like streaming services, kind of, I mean, and maybe you can speak to this, is I just feel like music has kind of lost its value.
Oh, of course, that's what it's done. I mean, yeah, but if you get somebody something tangible, that's a game changer.
Yeah, and
that's something I've kept in the back of my head, like thinking about maybe doing it with some selected songs off this release. So maybe
and put them on vinyl,
possibly.
Oh yeah, that'll be cool, man. I mean, I just think because there's DJs, but even then, when we talk about technology, you can easily just the DJ console now with the MP3s, you can put it in there. I just not thought about that.
Yeah, for sure.
And how you feel about being an artist in social media, like Instagram? Like I feel like
it could be distracting, but it can be cool. It can be cool, but I'd say 75% of the time it could be distracting. 25% of the time it could be helpful, depending on what you're trying to, if you're trying to show things, like just show your process and all that. It's cool for that.
Yeah, because I want to say that one thing that stood out to me about you at the gala was you were just laid back. You know what I mean? Like there's some people that they always have to be on the camera. You know what I mean? Be on, but you were just, hey, I'm just me. You know what I mean? And then when you got on stage, it was like you came alive. It was like, whoa, you know what I mean? And I appreciated that, like this, down to earth. You had to, like, Suwong's gala was amazing. But I do understand, the dynamics of being a celebrity, and sometimes when the camera and things on, people turn on to their celebrity, but you were just laid back throughout it, and then you turned on, or you turned up when you got on that stage, and it was just like, wow. I was like, man, I was just talking to him, and he's over here killing Stevie Wonder right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, got you, man. Yeah, I mean, I've never been a overdresser. As I don't show up with like, I show up with a vibe, but it's like I don't show up like with like a gold suit or something. You know what I'm saying? It's not my thing.
Yeah. I got you, man. It's like I can tell that you're an artist in the fact of the way you write, the way you studied your craft. You appreciate the art as a whole. It's not, like you said, it's not manufactured. It's not a machine.
People are starting to see through those kind of things nowadays, I think.
Yeah.
But,
speaking of which, I got queued up Science. I mean, that's an interesting title. So what's the story behind Science?
With that one, there's probably really not much of a story with that. I mean, I was just flowing on that one.
Okay.
And I literally I had a cool track vibe I was working on, and on Machine and Ableton, and just kind of experimenting. And at that point, I know I was in a zone. I was in a very deep zone, like loving what I was doing. So I started just catching a wave on that, and I know I was just like thinking Radiohead and James Blake.
Oh wow!
If they made a song together or something like that, and who else? Maybe some like it had some rock vocal influence too. Maybe really high Chris Cornell type of elements. Maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a little bit on that retrograde, personal like vibe,
Yeah, no, shout out to OK Computer, man, because that's like a definitive late 90s album right there.
Oh yeah, I think it was Kid A. It was the one that Everything in Its Right Place was on, right?
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Science, Will Champlin, special guest here on Deeper Than Music Radio.
Got me down to a science, though I may be just a ghost. While you're dreaming of giants, you don't have to sleep alone. And my nerves are shaking cold till you crawl into my skin. Let your pulse percolate me till I'm human once again. And I need you now, 'cause I blur the lines of space and time, and I'm coming down. And you're picking me up and getting me higher. On the edge of the tallest tower, falling in your fire. I could never fight your power. I wanna break down the silence and let your science be my gravity. And we'll ride the wave in the moment. For a moment is everything. A moment is everything. We are bound by desire in a world of restless souls. While the flames burning brighter, it melts away our self-control. Yeah, you resonate and radiate through all the layers in my mind. So let's keep the rhythm pacing, 'cause we got everything but time. And know that I blur the lines of love and lust till your eyes gave me a rush inside, and it's getting me higher. On the edge of the tallest tower, falling in your fire. I could never fight your power. I wanna break down the silence and let your science be my gravity. And we'll ride the wave in the moment. For a moment is lift me up like a wave. Lift me up like a wave. Lift me up like a wave. Get me started. The future bass bumping through me. Let your energy move me. And this is how we break free. Get me started. The future bass bumping through me. Let your energy move me. And this is how we break free. And it's getting me higher. On the edge of the tallest tower, falling in your fire. I could never fight your power. I wanna break down the silence and let your science be my gravity. And we'll ride the wave in the moment. For the moment is everything. A moment is everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, Science special guest Will Champlin here, Deeper Than Music Radio. Man, love it, man. Just like the eclectic mix, and it did have like a Radiohead vibe to it.
Cool, man. Thank you.
Man, I just imagine like you have like a collection of just different music that you just vibe to. And,
I think it's like, I think what they did is it's the same kind of chord scale. They just the Arabic scale, that's what they kind of used.
yeah.
And a lot of people use it. So
And then, how did you get involved with the Think EXP? How did that come about?
It was a friend of ours, who puts on a pre-NAMM show event every year, every well, for me, every year. I mean, they do it in Nashville too, but yeah. So it is a pre-NAMM event called Endorse Expo, and it's Randy Fuchs and Tanya Fuchs, and they have their company's called Artist Relations. They represent all these brands, and they've taken great care of me and put me on different slots and performance, and got me some cool hookups and all that stuff there. So they've at their events, I just end up meeting like people like Scott, and other talented people like Walk Off the Earth and Common Kings. So I just make a lot of great connections there.
Oh, okay. And then that's when you linked up with Scott and became part of the crew,
yeah.
huh?
Scott, Derek Day, and Kenny Olson, Stephen Perkins.
Man, that's awesome. So, man, as with all the great interviews I have, man, and again, thank you for taking the time to be on the show. We got like 2 minutes left, and Will, I want to give you, this is your just shameless promotion time. What do you got going on? Where can people find you? Social media, all that good stuff.
Of course. Yeah, just Instagram's a good start. Will Champlin's, it's a CHAMPLIN. That's it, just Will Champlin, Instagram one. Or there's also Kill Will C. Try that one as well. I've got SoundCloud as well, on both Will Champlin and Kill Will C. Yeah, just check out the album. It's called Great Divide. Just freshly dropped last week. 12 songs, 13 if you count one explicit, one clean. And it's just it's a cool little ride. So check it out and share it with your friends. Called Great Divide. Pick your favorite songs. Hollow seems to be doing the work right now. So check that one out as well. So.
Awesome. And actually, man, we gonna close out here with Hollow.
Cool.
So what's the vibe of Hollow before we end this another great interview? And again, thank you for being on the show.
Hollow, thank you, man. Thank you again, man. It's awesome to awesome to chop it up with you, man, and meeting you guys at the event, and appreciate you having me on the show.
Oh, not a problem.
So Hollow's like more of just an intimate vibe, and it's just that I would say it's ambient R&B, well, quasi love song, not really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's got like an ambient chill vibe, huh?
Ambient chill, semi-romantic energy, but not for real actually, but it's pretty cool. Check it out.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here. Will Champlin, again, thank you, man, and we're closing out here with Hollow from his album Divide, Great Divide, here on Deeper Than Music Radio.
Thank you so much, Mark.
Oh, it's loud in this place tonight, but I read your lips carefully and share something personal about your polyamory. Said I won't tell a soul, I'll just turn it